Get in there. What a result. But it's not just a result, is it? The result's great, 3-0, fantastic. But it's not just the result, it's the performance. I've been saying this since, I don't know, before the Plymouth game. Probably going back to that Wigan away game. Want to see that performance over 90 minutes, and that's what we've got yesterday. We've got that result, that performance. 3-0, but you know what? I'd have been happy with that performance if it'd been 1-0. I'd have probably, and I can say this in all genuine honesty, I'd have been just as happy with that performance if it'd been 0-0. And probably even if we'd lost. Genuinely. Because what we saw was all 11 players putting the effort in. Now, I've said this time and again. Maybe we're simple people up north, I don't know. But we want to see a team that is putting the effort in. We want to see a team that is trying to attack and trying to defend our goal, putting the bodies on the line, stopping shots with your cobblers, anything that it takes to get that result. And that's what we got, to a man. I knew we'd get a win. I said to one of the lads at work, I said, you know what, as bad as we've been recently, we'll probably go and beat these. And we did beat them. And you know what we did? We did to them what teams have been doing to us. If you look at the way Sunderland performed in that game, they performed how Wednesday have been performing. You know what I mean? Tapping it out front back. There you are, son, you have it. Yeah, I'll have it back. Yeah. Oh, shit. Do you know what I mean? There were lots of that. And that started because of our front two. My man's back in the side. Calling for him to be back in the side. A lot of people don't like him. I don't get it. He's just a player with that knack of scoring goals. Why would you not pick someone who keeps scoring goals? Most of them's come in 6-yard box and he does have a tendency to leather him round into roof at net. Great. Keep picking him. Canberra. Love him. Canberra. Gregory. There's an old saying, isn't there, back from the olden days before football was invented in 1992. There was an old saying when everybody played 4-4-2, you're only as good as your front two. Well, Wednesday were as good as their front two yesterday, and our front two were very, very good. Gregory and Canberra closing people down. I mean, the big lad. He's bashing centre-halves round like a scaffolder who's had 10 pints of snake bite on Christmas do you know what I mean? Bashing them here and there, give a lot of fouls away. But he let them know they were in a game, he put them under pressure. And you can see that when they're receiving ball from back from their goalkeeper. They don't want the bloody ball, because them two were in, on them. Bannon. I think his best position is slightly advanced in midfield. But he sat off last night, very disciplined. And not everything went through him. And that's when he's at his best. When not everything goes through him. He is our best footballer, technically our best footballer, but it doesn't always have to go through him. And it didn't all go through him yesterday. But what he was very good at, he was keeping it going. He kept everything ticking along. He was getting a foot in and moving it quickly and simply. And that's another thing about Wednesday yesterday. It was simple football. There's a moment about 10 minutes ago, there's a bit of a chance for them. It's not a chance. There's a break for them. A bit of a break for them. The ball comes wide. Sunday comes sweeping across and blasted it into the back at North Stand. Do you know what? I thought, yes. Because you don't want to see that all the time, of course you don't. But when you're desperate for points, when you're desperate for a good performance, you see someone sweeping like that and just bank ball into the stand, let everyone get back and regroup. Great. The simple things in football. Do the simple things well and then build on that. And yesterday we did all the simple things well. Corbynum. I'm struggling for man of the match here. Corbynum was fantastic. A wonderful goal. First time as well. Lovely sweep round the ball. In a team that's struggling for confidence, he has a touch there. We're all watching that, aren't we? A player who's struggling for confidence, he has a touch there and tries to get inside. Maybe he lets his defender get too close and he just wants that extra little touch. With him not being in the side, he just swept it first time. And I think he did that because he's not been in the team, so he hasn't got that weight on his shoulders. The lads who've been playing when we've been struggling, every time they go over that white line, I think there's that little bit of pressure building up. When you've not been in the side, you're sort of free of those shackles. And that's worked in his favour and our favour, because I genuinely think if he'd played the last 3 games, I think he has a touch there, a nervy touch. but he done. He steps onto it. Fantastic goal. Sets us up for a great start. I'm trying not to buzz about it too much because it is one game. And as famously has always been said, one swallow doesn't make a summer. Probably makes a decent first date, but it don't make a summer. We can't get too carried away. And I'm not getting carried away. 3-0, fantastic, score goals, clean sheet. But it's the performance, and it's a 90-minute performance. How many times have we said it this season? Shrewsbury, we had a good opening 20. Wigan away, we had a decent half an hour. Oxford, we had 10 minutes after break. We hadn't added it together. But yesterday, 90 minutes. They had the moments. They're going to have the moments. I think we sometimes forget the opposition are out there on the park. They're playing their part in the game. They're going to have moments in games. But overall, for 90 minutes, I wasn't worried. In fact, I was enjoying watching it. And the noise, the backing of the Wednesday fans. We've said this all along. We did a video the other week with that Carlton Palmer quote that Ron Atkinson used to say, if you go out and work hard, if you go out that first 10 minutes and have a real go at it, this lot will get behind you. And that was proved yesterday. Fantastic atmosphere, great backing, and it's because the players give the fans something to get behind. Terrific all-round performance. Everybody played a part. Now listen, when the team come out, I'm not going to lie, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, well, who's playing left back? Where's Patson playing? Can't be playing Corbyn at left wing back, surely to God. Right winger. But it worked. And I've had a go at Darren Moore about his formations and playing players out of position. Now obviously hampered a little bit yesterday because we'd only got 2 fit defenders. But everybody played the part. Fantastic performance. Wing, Adeniran, Bannon, everybody's played the part. Patterson up and down there like a bloody steam train. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Gregory and Canberra up top, and the back three. Did you see the confidence of the goalkeeper? Because he got defenders who weren't fanning about. If it has to go, it goes. And Wednesday mixed the play. Was it Bob Paisley who said, it's not about a long ball or a short ball, it's about the right ball. Well, that was Wednesday yesterday. Some people call it percentages football. I don't really care. If it gets you that level of performance, if it gets you those sort of results, fantastic. I don't care if you call that percentage football, not bothered, in the slightest. The one thing I'm slightly gutted about now is we ain't got another league game to look forward to, because with that you want to build on that momentum. FA Cup game. So there's probably going to be changes. We do want to focus on league, and I hope we don't lose impetus with those games coming in. If they handle it in the right way, they can use the game against Harrogate, the game against Plymouth as something to say, right, let's keep it going. I'd be half tempted to pick the same players again. I know they're tired and they pick up strains, but consistency. We've put in a great performance there, and now we want consistency. I'd be very tempted to pick a similar side. I would, honestly. I mean, in terms of back three, back four, we might not have a choice because I don't think we've got any fit defenders. Speaking of defenders, Dunkley. Been saying this all season. He's a proper muck and nettles centre half. Heads it, kicks it, gets involved in a dust up. Really like him. And if you let him focus on that, if you let a defender defend, you'll see the best of him. And we saw the best of him yesterday. I actually thought it was a captain's display, if you like. You could see him out on the pitch, barking instructions, organising people around him, and you could see what it meant to him at end. My man of the match, I'm struggling. I don't think that result happens if we don't get that spark from Corbyn at the beginning, because I think that gives us the impetus. But that said, Canberra led the line, absolutely fantastic, just ran his blood to water, brilliant. Dunkley at the back. And it's that thing again. You've got Bannon sat in front, just doing the simple thing, the easy thing. And it was Brian Clough, weren't it? If you've got a good spine, centre half, centre midfield, centre forward, who are all doing the job, the rest of it is almost fillers, as long as you've got that spine. That's what we had yesterday. Dunkley, Bannon, Canberra, right down the middle. Fantastic. And it set the tone. Set the tone. Darren Moore's been on about front foot football. That's what he wants us to play. Front foot football. We haven't really seen it. Is that down to him? Is that down to the players? Well, whoever it's down to, it's been there as an idea. It's been there as a concept. But it's not happened on the pitch. Yesterday it happened on the pitch. It all came right at the same time. All the players. That's probably the amazing thing about yesterday. Everybody. You could genuinely not look at that and go, great performance, but he didn't have a great game. They all played well. So good. The keeper looked full of confidence because his defenders were defending. It warms your cockles, doesn't it? Which is just as well because it's bleeding freezing out, isn't it? It's really turned this last couple of days. That's why I'm sat here. I've got my onesie on. Yes, I'm a middle-aged man. I've got a onesie. Not too ashamed to admit it. But then I need a onesie because our lass has bedroom window open 365 days a year. Stops you getting a cold. You are. Stops you getting a cold. House is too warm, you get badly. I sleep on the side where window is though, don't I? Funny that. Wednesday. Monkey on fire. Don't make changes now. Can't change a winning team. I'm not going to change my socks. I'm doing my bit. 3-0 against them. It's a cracking result. I know they've had a couple of spankings recently, and I've seen a bit of a video tonight, funnily enough, from Sunderland fans. They all want Johnson out, he's a clown, and this and that, but they're still up there. They're still up there. That's a really good result for Wednesday. Darren Moore, is he going to learn from this? I wonder if something's happened, you know. I look at that last game, there were a few things in press. Dunkley's like, yeah, we had a bit of a sort out in dressing room, and I thought, oh, hello. Well, whatever it is, it's worked. So whether they've had a word with a gaffer or whether he's had a word with them, I don't know. Whether they've all come to the conclusion, let's try something a little bit different, I don't know. But it's worked, and let's hope they can take it forward. Just hope we can keep this up, this level of performance. It's all I've wanted to see all season. Results are great. I mean, we had that start, we kept them clean sheets. We were nicking wins, and I thought, well, that's okay. It takes time to gel in midfield and up front, but if you're keeping clean sheets while they're getting to know each other, great. But then it sort of come off the tracks, didn't it? Suddenly we're not keeping clean sheets and we still aren't gelled. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. But now, we've done a full 90. Didn't concede in the last 5 minutes. Get in there. So, a great result. The only downside, of course, Bannon's apparently hurt his foot. Hopefully he's going to be alright, because I thought he was terrific. Like I said, it was a really disciplined display from him. Sat there, won it, gave that easy ball, kept things ticking. It was a mature performance from Barry Bannon. And again, probably another contender, because he wasn't doing too much. And I know that sounds daft. Man of the match is usually someone who's done over the odds, gone beyond. I actually thought he was a contender for man of the match because he didn't do too much. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense to you? Sometimes things come together, don't they? I was talking to a mate before the game, and just around kick-off. Corbin as a wing-back, is that going to work? But I mean, of course it can work, can't it? Look at bloody Venables, look at England. Darren Anderton played him as a wing-back. Don't always have to be a full-back or a proper wing-back, does it? You can play wingers at wing-back if you're an attacking side, and Wednesday were an attacking side yesterday. That's why it worked. If we'd been under the cosh, might not have worked. Play to your players' strengths. You've got attacking wingers in wide areas. get them pushed on. You know, Glenn Hoddle did it, that great 0-0, that World Cup qualifier. Played Beckham as a wing back to nullify the overlapping runs of Maldini. Don't know how that's popped in my head, but it has. It has. Bit sad really, I can't. I've got all these daft things in my head and yet I can't really remember what day it is. Yeah. Oh, one more thing before I go. Thanks for subscribing. Not been on, I've been dead busy last few days. Really busy. I've had so much on. Lots of things going off. And then I get a little notification. 390 odd people watching you sat in your dining room talking shite. So thanks for that. That's great. Keep that going. Tell your mates. Thanks for watching. Sorry there haven't been more videos. But like I said, I've been dead busy recently. Hopefully, time permitting, I'll do a preview for Harrogate Town. And I'll definitely be doing one for Plymouth game. Because I do love the FA Cup. Really do love it. I'd like us to have a run in that. I think it helps build momentum as well. But something about FA Cup, cold days, everyone huddled in, scrappy games, wonder goals, upsets. I still love it, mate. I still love it. Not big teams. FA Cup boring. You know, so I mean, some teams are bored of winning it. But can you ever imagine that when you were a kid? Wembley. Build up to today. Coaches leaving the hotel. Famous old stanchion goals. Green netting. Anyway, I'm distracting myself. I really do need to go to bed. I don't think I'm wired up right. I've said this for a long time. Anyway, well done Wednesday. Hope everybody's enjoyed it. I've loved it. One of my mates hadn't loved it because he had actually thought Wednesday would lose and he'd had Sunderland his accumulator. Unlucky there, but softens the blow, doesn't it? The Wednesday one. Get in there. Performance. It's all we've wanted. Performance. Get out. Show that intensity, that desire. Get stuck in. Stopping shots with your bollocks. You know what? I'll tell you what. I always think that's a sign of a team that's going in the right direction. When you've got someone who'll stick crown jewels in front of a shot, especially with the way these new balls move, I mean, they can almost whip you as much as blast you, can't they? So, bollocks in front of shots. Great stuff. Just great stuff.